One of the most anticipated launches of the 2016 model year is this vehicle, the fourth generation 2016 Mazda Miata, or as Mazda calls it, the MX5. The Miata has been the best-selling two-seater sports car in the history of car sales. They have sold well over 1 million units, and this is known as the ND. The first generation back in 1989 was the NA. This is now the fourth generation, so you had B, C, and D. We'll be making a lot of comparisons to the outgoing model. This car is so much better than the outgoing model, even though it has less horsepower. That's right, it's got less power, but it's so much lighter and so much better. Mazda designers had a daunting task with this all-new MX-5. They focused on three things: surface, details, and proportions. Let's take a quick look at proportions. The front overhang has been reduced dramatically. This rear overhang has been shortened. In fact, it's the shortest rear overhang in the industry for a sports car. This A-pillar has been moved back 70 millimeters, creating that long hood effect, very proportional, as you should expect for a front-engine rear-wheel drive car. This rear deck lid has been moved forward 20 millimeters. The proportions are brilliant. They were good before, they're even better now. Under the hood of the 2016 MX-5, you'll find a familiar engine. It's a 2-liter 4-cylinder engine producing 155 horsepower and 148 pound-feet of torque. Now, while those numbers are lower than the outgoing model, the power-to-weight ratio is much better because this 2016 model is actually 150 pounds lighter than the lightest outgoing model. And when you look at apples to apples, in other words, club versus club, it's almost 200 pounds depending on if you get an automatic or a manual transmission. So don't look at the numbers, focus on the power to weight ratio. This is a rock star. With every generation of Miata, Mazda has moved the engine back a little bit, and this 2016 model is no exception. The engine has been moved back 22 millimeters and been lowered by 13 millimeters to create a more front mid-engine design. The 2016 MX-5 is available in 3 trim levels. The base is a Sport starting at $24,915, which should account for 15% of the mix. It's followed by the Club starting at $28,600 and the GT at $30,065. Only 2 options are available on the MX-5. One is the advanced keyless option, and the second is the Club Brembo BBS package. If there's any question, the MX-5 was designed by enthusiasts, for enthusiasts, just look at the cup holders. So what you have are these removable cup holders. Because Mazda says it's more important to shift than it is to drink, you can just take them out. But if you're on the passenger side, you can click it on this side. Now let's look at the seat. A lot going on here. The driver's seat has been lowered by 20 millimeters and has been moved 15 millimeters closer to the center line to create that near perfect center line driving experience. Another improvement has been to increase the angle of recline for the driver's side from 25 to 27 degrees, or as they say, 1 click. And last but not least is the roof. It's been lowered by 10 millimeters. Again, everything's designed to give you a lower center of gravity for a better driving experience. The Miata is a true driver's car. Everything about it, from the steering to the shifting to the throttle response, is designed to make it a more enthusiastic driving experience, and it works. It's just worked. It's worked for 25 years. It's going to work for the next 25 years. I just love this thing. All the improvements they've made have really transcended nicely, and the fact that they're able to keep the cost down is a true testament to their commitment to this vehicle, to not just the car, but also to the spirit of the Roadster. This is what Roadsters were meant to be. Unfortunately, they've gotten a lot more expensive, a lot heavier, a lot more powerful. All that power is not exactly a good thing. Sometimes it can work against you. Mazda tells us, no, it's all about that power to weight ratio. And let's be honest, once SEMA gets a hold of this car, you'll see turbos, you'll see horsepower go up to 2 and 250. So if you're hungry for more power, you can do it. But I don't know if you need it. This is a lot of fun, especially on roads like this, where you can really test the vehicle's dynamics, from the braking, the acceleration, the handling, just all the behaviors of the vehicle under extreme conditions. And I gotta tell you, it's a rock star. Even the seat is better. The improvements they've made make it a much better experience. You're more closer to the center line. I get it. I understand it. Well done, Miata. Well, this is certainly one of the easiest recommendations I'm going to get to make all year. The 2016 MX5 has no true competitors with a starting price of under $25,000. Fully loaded, about $31,000. If you can find something that competes with it, please let me know, because this thing is brilliant, it's a rock star, and Mazda has another winner on their hands. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time on The Driver's Seat. I'm Ron Doron.